Hello everyone, welcome back to Who's Computer Science project. This video is the last video in the Sudoku series and we are building the Sudoku solved and we will store that into an image into a PC. So enough talking now, let's get started. But wait, just make sure that you stay along in this video because I may have a surprise for you at the end of this video. So make sure that you stay along. Now let's get started for real. So here we are. So if you remember in the last video, we stopped on this step and also this step about the solving the Sudoku with an algorithm. And now I have made a few changes. The Sudoku 2D will change itself into a NumPy array. The reason for this is to make a copy easier. And I will jump to you this next. So as you remember, we have the Sudoku 2D and we will solve it. So the array that we are passing through the function will be changed if we print somewhere. But we have this Sudoku 2D unsolved, which is the Sudoku 2D.copy. So this is a copy and it is fully independent. What do I mean by that? For example, if I remove this and if I change the Sudoku 2D, which I will in the solve function, I will change the Sudoku 2D anyway. This will change as well. It will be the exact same thing as the Sudoku 2D. But I don't want that. I just want to keep an unsolved version of the Sudoku. So that's why I have a copy, because it will make this array fully independent of future change into Sudoku 2D. And after we solve the Sudoku 2D, I have added another function that we'll go through, save Sudoku, and we have the Sudoku 2D, which is now solved, and we have the unsolved Sudoku 2D. So let's jump into the function. So we start by initiating a matrix, 900 pixel by 900 pixel, and by 3, because as we want colors in our image, it has to be 3 channel, so we'll have a RGB image. Next, we have this statement, which is a for loop, and it will actually create the sublines. So what do I mean by the sublines is all those little lines, every lines that you can see in the Sudoku puzzle. So the above will be responsible for the vertical lines and the below one will be responsible for the horizontal lines. And so I will not go through all the details about that, but just bear in mind that this is the start point and this is the end point. And here again, similarly, we have the start point, which is right there, and we have the end point right there. And I will not go through details about these topics, but if you really want to understand it, let me know in the comments below and I will make a video specifically on these details. And then we have the colors, which is white, and we have the thickness, so in this case just 5 pixels. And now we have another function very similar, and this time we will use for range 2, and this will draw the lines, and not just any lines, but more about all the thick lines that you can see on the Sudoku that separates the boxes. And so it is very the same thing, just we are looping through 2 instead of 8, and for the thickness I have used 10 instead of 5. So 10 pixels instead of 5. And now we can write the digits on the image. So we'll define the font scale, thickness. You can actually tweak those values to experiment them. Feel free to do that. That's also the spirit of computing. And then we loop through all the lines into the Sudoku 2D. This is the solved version, by the way. Yeah, solved version and solved version. Then we have, and because we have enumerate, we don't just get the row, we also get the index row in a tuple. And that's this because it will be easier for us to define the position. We'll talk about this later. And then we have enumerate rows. So now we will have a number inside and we'll have the index num. The index num is actually the index column, if you wish to call that, but it's basically, it's completely independent in which row you are. It's more about where you are in the row specifically. And so we get the position, and again, I will not go through all the details, but it's basically about dependent on the index num, and I have to tweak those constant values, so just to get the number fits into a little cell. Then we define the color, so it is approximately white, but it is a bit closer to light gray. And then this is where it gets very interesting. If the Sudoku 2D unsolved and with the right index, so the cell that we are in is equal to 0, which means that the digit where we are is a solved one. So instead of having a white color, we will have a green color. And then we update the matrix, so solved cell, the one we have defined above, it's equal to CV2 put text and soft cell, so we are just overwriting the same image. Then we have the string num. This is just a num, but we have to convert it into a string. Then we get the position that we have here, the font scale, the color, and the thickness, and cv2.line underscore AA. And we save this image into solve.png. And because we don't have any path, it is in the same directory as the notebook, and you can see it here. So there's actually a lot of notebooks, but hopefully you get it. There is no image inside. So we'll go back to the notebook and we will run this. So I've already run this notebook. Let me get rid of this cable. Okay, so my webcam is ready now. And then I will show you the SUDOKU grids. Okay, we can remove this, we can remove this. Okay, we just need to wait to finish to process all the images. Then we can see if it has right in an image or not. 6, 6, 5, 2. I think it's the last. Yes, so now let's go back. And here we go. Now we have a solve.png that has appeared here. So now let's open it. Wow, just look at that. Okay, so we have the original Sudoku in white. And then we have all the solved in a green color. So that's quite pretty amazing. Wow, okay. That's very satisfying. I don't know if it's the same for you. So that makes this end of this video and the end of this Sudoku series. Thank you very much if you're still watching this and following along. And now, I think you've been waiting for this. Yes, don't worry, I didn't forget. So here's what I wanted to say. For the next series, I have another computer science project in mind, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I will just give you a hint. If you like playing with your fingers, then you definitely came to the right place. And also, please subscribe and like this video if you enjoy this video and if you enjoy this series. And please find all the GitHub link below. I'll try to update it, try to put more instructions and more help and support. If any issue, please raise an issue in GitHub or ask me the question down in the comments below. And see you in the next series then.